Let me tell you a secret. There's this one psychological trigger that completely flips the sponsorship game. And instead of chasing brands, they'll start chasing you. And it works so well that when I finally figured this out, it became the exact framework that we've used to help hundreds of athletes go from ignored to sponsored. I have a coin here in my hand, and I'll explain why in just a minute. First, let me just tell you what most athletes get wrong about sponsorship. They try to convince brands to sponsor them when they should be making brands see why they need you. And I know that sounds backwards, but let me explain. Section 1. Why chasing kills your chances. The moment you start chasing, you've already lost. It's not just about strategy, it's about psychology. Because when you chase something, you automatically put it above you. You're saying, you're the prize, and I'm just hoping that you pick me to a sponsor. If you truly had leverage, you wouldn't need to beg for attention. And this is why the "I love your brand, can I get sponsored" message fails every single time. It's not because brands are mean, it's because the message is really saying, I don't have anything valuable to offer, but I want you to pay me anyway. Brands hear that as risk, they hear it as an expense, and just straight up a headache. Imagine you're a brand manager. You open your inbox and there's 50 messages this week that all sound the same. I'm a hard worker, I'm passionate, I'll rep your logo. What does that do for the business? There's nothing specific, there's nothing measurable, and there's nothing that makes it feel safe for them to say yes. So they start ranking athletes subconsciously, and not by talent first, but by how you approach them. So if your message feels desperate or generic or, that pick-me energy, they'll file you under needy. Once you're in that box, it's hard to get out. Quick confession here, I used to do this. I'd lead with how much I loved the brand, how bad I wanted it, how hard I was grinding, and I thought that just showed passion. What I was really showing was I needed them. When you need them, you lose power before the conversation even starts. Chasing doesn't work. It actually works against you. There's a way to flip the whole game. Let me show you what I mean in section 2, flipping the coin. Remember this coin? There are two sides to every sponsorship conversation. On this side, you're chasing brands, asking for favors, hoping somebody notices you. And on this side, brands are chasing you because they see you as an opportunity that they don't want to miss. Same athlete, same follower count, same sport. The only difference is which side of the coin you're playing. If you've been chasing for years, here's the simplest way that I can explain this. You already have something of value. It's just not your lap times, it's not your trophies, and it's not your reputation. It's your audience. Brands don't sponsor athletes. Brands buy access. Access to eyeballs, access to attention, to trust, and access to influence with a specific type of buyer. When a company gives you money or product, what are they actually buying? They're buying a shortcut into the community that already listens to you. 100,000 random followers is just simply noise. 10,000 aligned followers is sales. When I say alignment, I mean this. Does your audience look like the people who already buy from that brand? Are they the same age range? Do they live the same lifestyle? Do they have the same spending habits? Do they deal with the same problems or have the same obsessions and same needs? Because if your audience doesn't match their customer, then the brand can't win. And if the brand can't win, you don't get the deal. The coin flip, it's internal. It's you going from please pick me to here's a real opportunity for your brand to get in front of new customers through content my audience actually wants. That's what it means to flip the coin. You're not begging for handouts. You're offering something that brands want. But here's the thing. You can't fake this. If you don't know your audience, brands can feel it. And the coin, it flips right back. The only way to make this stick is to actually do the work. And when you do, let me show you what that looks like, which brings us to section 3, the flip in action. Now, to be clear, this isn't just theory, okay? So let me show you what this looks like in real life because I see it every single week. Here's the funny part. I get sponsorship requests all the time, and almost every one of them is someone asking me to sponsor them while having zero clue of what I even do for athletes. And right there is the giveaway. If you don't take 30 seconds to learn what a company does, you definitely haven't done the work to understand how you can help them. And most of these messages sound like, yo, can you sponsor me? Or I'm a hard worker, I'll rep your logo, can I get sponsored? None of it answers the only question that matters, which is, why would this be a win for the other side? I'm not saying that to be a dick either. I'm saying this because I used to be that athlete. Most companies ignore those messages because they're not partnerships. They're handout requests. And most people, they disappear right there. Once in a while, an athlete does come back with, honestly, I don't know, or something like, I'm open to feedback. That's the type of athlete that we can help. This one athlete messages me like this. It's super generic, asking for support. I reply with a couple pointers, expecting him to ghost me like everyone else. But he didn't. And he hit me back with, yeah, you're right. I just have never looked at it like that. Can you tell me what I'm missing? We helped him rebuild his whole approach. First thing we did is we cleaned up his positioning because his social media was inconsistent and it was unoriginal instead of looking like an actual athlete brand. And then we got clear on what he stood for, because I want sponsors is not a message, it's a need. His real mission wasn't help me cover my season. So we helped him uncover his real mission, which is, I want to help more people get into dirt track racing because I was lucky enough to have a mentor and most people don't. And that right there changes everything. Now he's not just another athlete asking for gear. He's someone building the sport. He's bringing new people in, and it's making it easier for beginners to start. We turned that mission into a real content plan, not content to flex on the internet, but helpful content, stuff that beginners actually need, like what to buy first, or what to avoid wasting money on, or how to stay safe, how to find tracks to practice at, or even like how to maintain their car or get their foot in the door with a team. The second that we did that, the sponsor integration became obvious because the brand isn't supporting an athlete. They're getting placed inside a beginner pipeline where trust is being built and buying decisions are being influenced. And then we fixed his outreach. No more, can you sponsor me? Or no more, I'll rep your logo. It became, here's what I'm building. Here's who it helps. Here's why that matters. Here's how your product fits naturally. So let's set up a meeting to discuss a potential win-win. The responses, they changed instantly because now it wasn't just a charity request. It was a clean marketing opportunity. And that's the whole coin flip in action. Same athlete, but a completely different conversation. And that's how you go from getting ignored to having brands actually willing to support your season. That's what it looks like when you take the coin for real and you flip it. It's a shift in how you see yourself. That changes how brands see you. Most athletes, they never flip it. They stay stuck on the wrong side their entire career. And that's exactly why there's so much opportunity for the ones that do. So if you want help flipping the coin and actually landing sponsors who pay you, go grab my book on Amazon, The Modern Playbook for Sponsorship and Cash Flow. It'll walk you through the exact frameworks we use to help athletes stop sounding like they're asking for charity and start pitching like a business partner. And you'll learn how to position yourself, how to build a simple sponsor plan, how to create a project brands actually want to be a part of, and how to reach out in a way that gets replies. So remember, stay deadly, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.